What's good, YouTube? This is your boy Alex, and yes, y'all see the title, the NBA playoffs. Yo, I am hyped. I'm excited. We're just a month away from the NBA playoffs. Yo, this is gonna be one of the best playoffs ever, dog. And before I start this video, this is a prediction. I'm not saying this is how the playoffs is gonna look like, but if the playoffs today, this is the playoff picture. So let's get started, shall we? You have the East. You got the Atlanta Hawks versus the Miami Heat. God bless Chris Bosh. Even if Chris Bosh was healthy, I still don't think the Miami Heat doesn't stand a chance to get the Atlanta Hawks. I still don't think they don't stand a chance. So the Hawks got that series. You got the Cavaliers versus the Pacers. Now, the Pacers got one game, just one shot against the Cavaliers, and that's it. It could go up to game 5. The Pacers will probably win one game, and Cavaliers they got that series. They won the series, basically. So, the Cavaliers won that series. The Raptors and the Bucks. I shouldn't even have to explain nothing. Because the Raptors should they should sweep the Milwaukee Bucks. I'm sorry. They should sweep the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, all y'all Bucks fans out there, I'm sorry. The Raptors are better than the Bucks. Moving on. You got the Wizards and the Chicago Bulls. That's a match you gotta keep an eye on. That's a toss-up. Interesting match. The Wizards and the Bulls. But for some reason, I still think the Wizards could beat the Bulls. Even with Derrick Rose, Jimmy Butler, Jokic Noah, Paul Gasol, all them guys, I still think they could beat the Bulls. The Wizards, they're a good team. Well, if Bradley Beal and Paul Pierce is healthy, they're a great team. Like, no doubt. Now, if this is the second round, most likely the Atlanta Hawks beat Miami. So, they're most likely going to end up facing the Raptors. Good matchup. And you also got the Cleveland Cavaliers. Most likely they beat the Pacers. Most likely they got facing Chicago or the Wizards. Now, Bulls can't beat the Wizards, but I still think the Wizards can beat the Bulls. So most likely it might be the Cleveland Cavaliers versus the Washington Wizards, which is going to be a good game. I still think Cleveland will probably end up beating the Wizards. As much as I like the Wizards, they're not a matchup with Cleveland. They're a great team. Now, the Raptors and the Hawks, however, that could be a great match. That's a great match right there. Because Raptors, they can beat the Atlanta Hawks. Now, as much as y'all like the Atlanta Hawks, Raptors can beat Atlanta. Let's keep an eye on that. They could beat Atlanta. So, if I had a choice to pick, I would say Atlanta. I think Atlanta could beat the Toronto Raptors. But don't be surprised if the Toronto Raptors beat the Atlanta Hawks. So, most likely, I think the Atlanta Hawks is going to win this series. In my opinion, I think the Atlanta Hawks is going to win this series. But, like I said, don't be surprised if the Raptors beat them. So, most likely, you got the Cleveland Cavaliers versus the Atlanta Hawks in the Eastern Conference Finals. Now, this could go up to Game 6. It could go up to Game 6. But I still think Cleveland is going to beat Atlanta Hawks. I'm sorry. They're going to beat Atlanta Hawks. I like Atlanta. But I'm not taking anything over LeBron James and Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love. I'm not. And plus, you got J.R. Smith, Ivan Shumpert, Mozgov. I'm sorry. I'm not taking Atlanta Hawks over LeBron James. So, Cleveland could beat the Atlanta Hawks. It'll probably go up to Game 6. But I think Cavaliers could beat them. Now, moving on. You have the West. And, excuse me. You have Golden State Warriors versus New Orleans Pelicans. If Kevin Durant and Serge Ibaka was healthy, man, oh man, they could beat the Golden State Warriors. I don't care what you say, they could beat the Golden State Warriors. But, since the Pelicans going to make the playoffs, all y'all Pelicans fans out there, I'm sorry, but the Golden State Warriors, they're going to sweep out the New Orleans Pelicans. They're not ready yet. Next year they'll be ready, not this year. So, I'm about to say the Thunder. The Warriors, they pretty much got this series. They got this series. Now, moving on. You got the Grizzlies and the Spurs. That's a match you got to keep an eye on. That's a tough matchup. But I think the Grizzlies could beat the Spurs, and that series could go up to Game 7. But I still think the Grizzlies could beat the San Antonio Spurs. Because, listen, Spurs, they've been to the NBA Finals like 2 times in a row. It's time for other teams to shine. I'm sorry. All y'all Spurs fans out there, I'm sorry, but it's time for other teams to shine. So, I think the Grizzlies could beat the Spurs. It could go up to Game 7, but I still think the Grizzlies could beat the Spurs. So, that's that. Moving on, you got the Blazers and the Mavericks. Now, good matchup. That could go up to games. That could also go up to Game 7, or could go up to Game 6. But I think the Blazers, I think they're ready. I think they learned from the mistakes from last year, from when they lost to the San Antonio Spurs in the second round. So I think it motivates them to get better and be better. So I think the Blazers, they could beat the Mavericks in the first round and then move on to the second round. Now, moving on, this is going to be the most craziest matchup. The Houston Rockets versus the Los Angeles Clippers. Wow, that's a crazy matchup. If Dwight Howard is healthy, and if Blake Griffin is healthy, along with Jamal Crawford, this is a toss-up, yo. This is a crazy toss-up. I don't know who's gonna win this match, but if I really had to pick, I think the Los Angeles Clippers could beat the Houston Rockets. I think. I'm not sure. They could beat the Houston Rockets, but the Houston Rockets could beat the Clippers. But I'm going for the Clippers. I think the Clippers could beat the Houston Rockets. If they play hard, if they play aggressive, I think they could beat them. They can. It's possible. Chris Paul, he has to play aggressive. Blake Griffin has to be aggressive. Most likely, everybody gotta be on their game. If the whole entire Clippers, if they be on their game, I think they could beat the Houston Rockets. So that's that. Now you got the second round. Now most likely Golden State Warriors beat the Pelicans, so they're going face, what's that team called? Yeah, the Blazers. Just like I said, they're gonna end up facing the Blazers. If the Blazers beat the Mavericks, the Blazers are gonna most likely end up facing the Golden State Warriors. Good matchup. Then you also, if the Grizzlies beat the Spurs, they're gonna most likely face up the Los Angeles Clippers. Another good matchup. But let's talk about the Warriors and Blazers. That's a game you must watch. The Warriors and the Blazers. That's gonna be a good game. I think that's gonna be a good ass game right there. That's Golden State Warriors versus the Blazers. Woo! Good game. That's a good game. But I don't know why. I think the Blazers, they can beat Golden State. They can beat Golden State. So don't be surprised if the Trailblazers just beat Golden State Warriors just like that. Don't be surprised. So I'm going for the Blazers for this one. In the second round, I'm going for the Blazers to beat the Golden State Warriors in the second round. Then now, you got the Grizzlies and the Clippers. That's a good game. I'm going for the Clippers. Game 6. Or no, could go for Game 7. Or Game 5. Who knows, Game 4. I'm going for the Clippers, though. I'm going for the Clippers. I'm definitely going for the Clippers. And then, the Western Conference Finals. Good matchup. The Clippers versus the Trailblazers. Woo! The Clippers and the Trailblazers? Wow. Good matchup, man. Good matchup. But I still think the Clippers could beat the Blazers. And they could go to the NBA Finals and face Cleveland. But that game, they could go up to Game 7. But as much as I like the Blazers, I still don't think they could beat the Clippers. But yeah, I think the Clippers will make the NBA Finals. and they're going to end up facing the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's going to be a good game. But, like I said, man, what y'all think? Get my predictions right? You really think the Clippers can actually make the NBA playoffs? Well, not the NBA playoffs. I meant the NBA Finals. You really think they can make the NBA Finals? And do you really think the Cleveland Cavaliers can actually make the NBA Finals? Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. This is your boy Alex. You know, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Dang, this song's so loud. This song's so loud. Like I said, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up. I'll see y'all next video. Deuces.